Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for November. I hope you guys are all well. I am going to take a quick second, Cancer, to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Cancer sign out there. So guys, really just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Cancer, get in where you fit in, but as always, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Cancer. All right, Cancer, you are starting out with the Queen of Cups. Hello, in your power. I like that. Two of Pentacles. And you have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So I do feel like you guys are open. You're very open to love. Your heart is open. I do like that. You're kind of seated in your power here, which is good energy. But it's this energy like you're waiting for something. You're possibly waiting for a love offer. But in the meantime, you're working at your own balance. You're trying to balance out your money, your prosperity in particular. You're working at balance in all areas, though. Balance in love, balance in finances and prosperity. So I feel like you're in this open, receiving kind of almost Empress type of energy. Now, there is a love offer that you have not received or that you have not given yet. It's here, but it's not being either given or received. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Cancer's energy. Show me who is in Cancer's energy. All right, so the person in your energy has the Nine of Pentacles. We have Justice in reverse and the Death card in reverse. So somebody here that you've had an ending with, and I feel like you kind of moved away from them because this person is still emotionally attached to you. They don't believe that things are over between the two of you. And I feel like this is somebody who feels that you've wronged them in some way. With the Nine of Pentacles here, this person is showing up in a very single energy. It's almost like they've kind of pulled back. They're resting. They're kind of holding back. Financially, it looks like this person is stable. They're very independent, but they feel wronged in this situation. They feel like this was not a balanced, equal give and take between the two of you. And I feel like they're not over whatever this ending is. They don't feel like things are over. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Show me the energy between Cancer and this person. The Ace of Wands, that's a passionate beginning. So I don't know if the two of you have had a lot of passion. Maybe this was a very highly sexual connection. And you may have developed some feelings for this person. But they're showing up as single, independent. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Because this looks like there was a lot of passion here. The fall time frame looks very relevant. So this could have been something recent or from the past. All right, so we have the High Priestess in the reverse. That's what's affecting it. So something here was revealed. The High Priestess is a keeper of secrets. So something was revealed here, and it's caused this person to kind of feel like they've not been treated properly. And you're just over here doing your own thing. You're over here open to love, finding balance. I feel like you're in particular working on your financial balance. It's this energy of you kind of minding your own business. So I don't know what could have been revealed here that's causing this person to feel so out of sorts. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. A lot of Scorpio energy here. Libra energy is here. Show me the outcome for Cancer and this person. Because you're really seeming oblivious to this person's, energy. Yeah, Six of Pentacles in the reverse. It is unbalanced. And it's unbalanced because this person feels like things aren't over, But I feel like even though you have feelings for this person, it's almost like you friend zoned this person. And they realized it, and they're feeling put out by that. That's what it's looking like, because you're not expressing feelings and emotions towards them. And even over here, it's like you're open to love, but it's like you're saying, I'm open to love, but this is not my person. And you're over here minding your business, Cancer. I feel like you're kind of in your own orbit here, and this person's very put out by that. Bottom of the deck is the Fool in reverse. That's underlying energy. That's a new beginning that's trying to come in, but hasn't and may not. This person could feel like you've kind of made a fool of them, you know, in some way. And I'm not suggesting you have, but they're definitely viewing this situation very differently than you are. All right, so because you've pulled back your feelings and emotions, you're not expressing anything to this person. All right, so let's look at your energy. Spirit, why is the Queen of Cups here for Cancer? Why is the Queen of Cups here for Cancer? All right, we have the Ten of Cups reversed, and we have the Moon in reverse. So again, I'm seeing that something here has been revealed. It could be some sort of an epiphany. It could be that you had a passionate connection with this person. There could have been a one-night stand, or, you know, there could have been like a friends with benefits type of situation. But you're realizing that you're not happy with this person. This person is not, you know, bringing the full happiness that you want. I feel like you have feelings for them, but you're not in love with them, perhaps. Let me see why the Two of Pentacles is here. All right, we have the Ten of Wands, and we have the Strength card. Yeah, you've got a lot of problems you're dealing with, and I don't feel like it's necessarily with this person. So you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. You're trying to find your own balance. You're working on yourself, and you're pretty much in your own orbit here. So this could have been like a friends with benefits type of situation. And you've realized that this person's not going to bring the full and total happiness that you really want in a relationship. But they're not happy about that. So let me see. And I feel like you've kind of taken a strong stance here on that. So why is the Knight of Cups in reverse? All right, we have the Star card reverse. We have the World in reverse, and the Six of Swords. So I feel like you're holding back. You don't feel like things are over either with this person, but at the same time, you may not feel that you have anything really to give in this situation, or you may not feel like it's balanced for some reason. I do feel like, you know, the way this person is responding to you is causing you to pull back. You're pulling back. It's causing you to feel, there's a sense of you maybe feeling some guilt or feeling out of sorts in some manner. And ultimately, it's creating chaos for you. So you've pulled back dramatically, and now you're moving towards, you know, something more peaceful, it looks like. And it is not a balanced situation. You're aware of that as well. So let me look at their energy. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? Oh, they're really attracted to you. Could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, this person feels like they were lucky to get you. This person feels like they were just lucky, like you are the best thing next to sliced bread. And I feel like this is somebody that is single, that is in your orbit. And it looks like there was some sort of a very brief connection here. For some of you, highly sexual. This person is like wrapped up in you. They dream of you. And I feel like they have for quite some time. You've gone through a lot of unhappiness. You might not have even considered this person in the past, but I feel like you're recovering from, you know, some other losses. You know, there's a lot of overwhelming energy of problems and issues that are going on in your life that's not even connected to this. And so I feel like, you know, for you, this may have been something brief, more like a friends with benefit, or maybe you were just checking to see if you had feelings or emotions for this person. But ultimately, I feel like you did a sharp pullback. Now, in their energy, I'm telling you, this person dreams of you. They think of you as being the best thing in the world. They're very attracted to you. Let me see why Justice is here. They feel like other people are, if they're this attracted, other people must be attracted to you as well. So I feel like they just feel lucky that you even gave them the time of day. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So you may have ended things with this person so you could work on yourself, so you could, or you may have just said, look, I like you, but this is not, you know, the relationship for me. Because I see this person feeling a sense of injustice here because of an ending that was revealed to them. And they've had some sharp words, or they're going to, because I see this person coming forward to speak their truth to you about this ending, to tell you, Cancer, I don't feel like you treated me right. Why is the Death card here? Meanwhile, you're over here just kind of minding your own business, taking care of your own self, and I feel like you're not even giving them the time of day. All right, so we have the Emperor in reverse. We have the Two of Swords. This person could be very controlling. You may be dealing with an Aries here. But this person is feeling like this whole thing spun out of control. It ended. See, they were thinking this was the best break that they've had in forever. And all of a sudden, Cancer dips on them. So now they're feeling upset. And I'm not saying you did that. I'm saying this is their perspective. So they're feeling upset. They're going to try to control the situation. They're going to be coming in saying, no, this isn't over. You know, it doesn't have to be over. We can work this out. So I feel like they're coming in, and they're going to come in quickly to try to convince you that this is not over. In the meantime, they feel like, you know, what happened? Everything was going great. Everything was moving in a positive direction. I had Cancer's attention. You know, I'm attracted to Cancer. I really want this to work out. And why isn't it? So they're feeling like everything's spun out of control very quickly. And so now they're a little bit at a crossroads here. They're a little bit at a crossroads as to what to do, how to handle the situation. So let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. They're trying to figure out what kind of action they need to take here. All right, we have the Sun. You could be dealing with the Leo. We have the Six of Swords. I'm sorry, Six of Wands. Yeah, so when you came together with this person, I feel like you were happy. There was happiness here. It just, and it came at a period of your life, Cancer, when you really needed that. You really needed that. You were going through some very difficult and unhappy times. Looks like possibly an ending. And then this person pops into your energy. And for a brief moment, you were very happy. And this person in your energy, let me tell you, they were feeling like they were on cloud 9. Why? Well, because Cancer has finally recognized me. Cancer is finally moving in my direction. This is the best thing ever. So I do feel like there was something that either you had an epiphany about this person, likely after a sexual connection, a sexual, how do I word that? Fling, maybe? But not necessarily. But you did have some sort of an epiphany where you were like, oh, okay, well, now I see this a little bit more clearly. I just feel like for you, Cancer, that this person came into your life and they just adored you, and there was some passion here, and it happened at a period where you were feeling really down, feeling really out of sorts. But for them, it had a whole other context. They were like, finally, you know, finally, Cancer's noticing me, and they were on cloud 9. And then the conflict happened. So let's see why the High Priestess is in reverse. Because The Fool in reverse. That's the underlying energy. And the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, because you revealed to them that there wasn't going to be this new beginning here. You revealed to them that you were trying to get your life in order. You had a lot of things you were working through. There were financial issues. There's personal issues that you're trying to work on yourself. And you revealed to them that you weren't ready for a new beginning. So this person feels very upset and very hurt, very put out that you basically turned them down. Yeah, so I feel like they may have withdrawn at some point when you made this revelation to them. And I feel, and after the ending, but I feel like they are now coming back in because, and they're going to come in quickly. You may not even expect it because they want to talk to you about this. They want to talk to you about that way things ended. They want to talk about their feelings. They want to say, look, I don't feel like you treated me right. Everything was going great. And then you just kind of backed out. And there is some fear here of having a new beginning that is present. So, I mean, they wouldn't be wrong about that. But I do think that primarily, Cancer, you are working on yourself right now. You're trying to find the balance in your life. And you're not ready for a new beginning. But they're not going to accept that, I can tell you. So, they've been thinking. I feel like they may have been out of communication for a small amount of time. They've been thinking about things. They've been trying to figure out what to say, how to say it, you know, and now I feel like they're coming back in. So let me see your outcome. You're definitely going to hear from this person. Show me the outcome from Cancer. Judgment. 3 of Wands. And the Knight of Wands. That's more of that, you know, night action, fast-moving action. All right, so in your outcome, you're looking for balance. You're waiting for balance in your life. You're trying to use good judgment. So it's really going to be your choice. I feel like you pulled away from this person, but you also don't feel like things are completely over. So you're going to be considering whether or not you want to move forward with a reconciliation. Do you want to work things out with this person? Is it something that you can provide balance, or they, you know, maybe you feel like they need to provide balance? It's definitely not an equal give and take right now. And I feel like you're trying to use good judgment as you move forward. You know, are you going to move forward with this person or without this person? Well, it really depends upon whether or not they're going to bring peace. If they're not bringing peace into the situation, then no. If this is a situation where there's a lot of passion here on one or both sides, but there's no emotional attachment, then you may not want to be bothered with it. So you're going to have the opportunity at some point to decide whether or not you want to get back with this person, because neither of you feel like it's completely over. But right now, I see that you're waiting. You've been working on yourself. You're waiting for your ships to come in, you know, and in the meantime, you're trying to use the best judgment that you can. Now, in this person's energy, I feel like they think that things just suddenly went out of control. So now they're going to come in trying to control the situation, and they're trying to decide what to say to you. I feel like you will hear from them, and that's what's going to affect the situation. And I do feel like, you know, they're kind of waiting. They're not coming in yet because they've been doing all this thinking. But when they come in, they've got some things they want to say. They want to talk about how they feel like you didn't treat them right. They want to talk about why and how this ended. These are all things they've been thinking about. They've been mulling over. That's why you haven't heard from them. They are going to come in, but it might not be this week. But they're coming in because right now they're trying to decide how to approach you. How to approach you in order to get what it is that they want. This person has not given up on this connection. So you might be over here trying to do your own thing, find your own balance, make good judgment calls. They're over here trying to figure out, how do I get Cancer's attention? How do I come in and get this ball rolling again in the way that I want it to go, so that Cancer and I have an opportunity to have a successful connection. So There's a little waiting that's going on here. They're trying to figure out what to say, how to say it in order to get their way. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups reversed. That's underlying energy. And that is, for one, it's making a decision. That's underlying the energy here. But it's also clarity. Clarity after a lot of confusion, you know. And I can see here, Cancer, that you went through something that made you very unhappy. Something that was emotionally distressing for you. And this person coming in alleviated that, made your life for a brief moment happier. But does this connection have what it takes to go the distance? And that's basically what you're looking at here. They believe that it should. So, all right, I'm going to pull an oracle card. All right, you have number 28. Now, 28 condenses to a 10. 10s are generally about ending cycles. And it says building blocks. So give me a second and I'll read that for you. All right, so the essential meaning of this card is strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. I'm going to read the relationship message on here as well. It says, when you see this card, know that you're attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying ones that you may already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You're moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with the firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. And that's really the judgment call that you have to make. Are you stronger with this person or apart? All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Cancer. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, know that you are loved, and namaste.